Okay, guys. So today we read Zohar verse 91 to 94, and Zohar discussed really deep matters about Chokhmah, Binah, and Zir Anpin, and the verbal and the actual Torah, which is Zir Anpin, and the verbal Torah, which is Kabbalah. The sages are revealing to us that whenever the Zohar speaks about a verbal Torah, it speaks about the knowledge of Kabbalah, and that was the secret of Moses. That's what Moses brought to the world. And today, I wanted to read some of the Ari about the process of Pesach and Egypt, and really to understand some processes in the world. So I want to dedicate this to all the lost people that we have around us, like family members who doesn't get it, like friends that we speak about Kabbalah to them, but they don't seem to understand. And all the rest of our world, which seems to be lost in the 1% reality that's freaking out everyone. The stock market, the financial markets, everything else, it seems to be very crazy outside. And we know that if those people will just get a little of what we're teaching here, the world will look different. So in my country, it's the hostages situation, that they are really lost in the tunnels of Hamas. And we want to reveal an energy today to give them some hope, to enable an external light force process so they will be redeemed. The same redemption that we experience in Pesach and the 7th of Pesach. We want them to feel that redemption on the coming days. So they will come out and being hostages and be released. Okay. So I'm going to read you it's from the Siddur. It's from the Siddur from the Ari. The Siddur of Sukkot, of Pesach, I'm sorry. And really the secret where is it? Okay. So it's from the part of Sfirat Omer. Okay, I'm going to read the Hebrew, I'm going to translate, and we're going to discuss that. Okay, והעניין בקיצור, כי שם ד' מ"ה, which is her blood, when you remove the aleph, it says it's stay blood, it's דם. ואותו א' של שם אקה, and this is the aleph of the tetragrammaton, special tetragrammaton, it's called aleph keyutke. And aleph is the secret of Binah that goes inside Zeir Anpin lachayoto, that goes inside Zeir Anpin to nourish it. ולפי שכבר ידעת כי כל דבר עליון שנכנס לירד למישהו למטה מדרגתו, הוא יורד בסוד חיצוניות. When everything that comes from the supernal worlds comes only its external part. שהוא האחוריים שלו, which is the back part of it. ופנימיות שלו נשאר למעלה במקומו, and his internal part stays above. והנה זה השם, דאקי, הנכנס בתוכו, this name, א' K י' K, which goes inside it, is in the secret of the back. והוא גם עולה דם, and it's blood, as you know. And this name of א' K י' K, when it goes inside זעיר אנפין, נעשה בו בסוד דם האדם. It comes to it as the blood of the human, which is זעיר אנפין. And the name of the זעיר אנפין is Memhei. It's a special AK, it's a special Yud K Vav K with a special kind of special letters. שהוא גימטרי אדם, which is the numerical value of אדם. הרי שכל זה נקרא אדם. And there we come now to, that's the internal energy just to connect with it, of really what's going on. Please be patient with me, okay? We're reading, whenever we're reading the Ari, we are connecting with the Ari soul. And the whole purpose of connecting with the Ari soul is really connecting with our own personal process of achieving perfection in our tikkun. והנה תחילה, היו מצרים לוקחים ושואבים מזה אדם. The Egyptians were taking the Israelites' blood and spill it and kill the Israelites. לפי שלא נתפשט ונבלע בו זעיר אנפין, because זעיר אנפין did not dwell inside that blood. לפי שהיו מושכים אותו לאחור, because זעיר אנפין was coming and going from that blood of the Israelites and going up to his root. ונשאר הזעיר אנפין בלי דם, and the Israelites left with no energy. ולכן היו המצרים שופכים דם ישראל החיצוניים, and that's why the Egyptians used to murder Israelites and spill their blood to the external forces, because the external forces used to hold and get energy from that blood. And that was the way the Egyptians controlled the Israelites. And now, ועתה בגאולה, נתפשטו החסדים בגופה דזעיר אנפין. And now, in the time of redemption, in the energy of Pesach and the 7th of Pesach, those chasadim, those energy from Zeir Anpin, were going down inside our bodies and was contained by our blood. And therefore, there is no place for the external forces, the negative forces, to hold on to us. And this is the secret of the 49 days of the counting of the Omer. And the matter is, because 10 names of Aleph K Yud K, all of them, the numerical value of it is blood, dam. Okay. What did you understand, guys? What did you understand from what I wrote? From what I read? Sorry.
Yosef, this is Joshua. When you say that Zeir Anpin was not in that, the scripture tells us that the life of the flesh is in the blood. Is there a relation there?
Yes, it's exactly that. So what the process that the Israelites were going through in Egypt, right? We know that's the process that we're going through, right? Same process. So the process that the Israelites were going through, they were going to the 49 gates of impurity, right? And because they were impure, what happened to the light in their blood, it was going uproot, okay, to its source. And there was no light, just a fraction, a little fraction. There was no actual light in the blood, which that contains the supernal light. And because there was no such light in their blood was available for the external forces, and the Egyptians knew that, and they murdered the Israelites and spilled their bloods so they can feed the external forces, all kinds of external negative forces, so they can control it. That was the power of the Egyptians. They understand those forces and control that. Now look at our days. Look what happened in October 7th, right? The Israelites' blood was allowed. People could spill it. The Hamas murdered us. How come? Everybody asked, where was God, right? Where was God in the Holocaust? Where was God in October 7th? He was uprooted. He was not available in our bodies. Zeir Pin was uprooted in his supernal roots. So we had no access to it in the 1% world. No access whatsoever. And because we had no access, because it was uprooted, our blood was allowed. That's mind-blowing, guys. Meir Yeshurun spoke of that a few months ago. That's a deeper understanding of why our blood is available for others. So in our day-to-day lives, when is our blood is available for others? Like, it says that you're feeling murder when somebody is offending you, right? Malbin panav. When somebody says, tell you off in front of other people, when somebody is abusing you, that means that your blood is out for spill, that he's murdering you, right? So what does it tell us about our process? When things like that are allowed to happen to us, what does it tell you about your personal process, guys? It's a question.
We didn't connect to Hashem in some way, or
we didn't manifest. It means. Go ahead.
You mean when we are allowing it to happen to us? Was that the question?
When it does happen to us. Yes, it's a question. When somebody is telling us off, when somebody is offending us or abusing us, what does it mean about the force within us?
It's left.
It's not there.
It's left.
We're disconnected.
Overwhelmed.
It means that you're not manifesting the life force. It means that in that day, you did not connect with the light force, and it was uprooted.
Yeah.
It was uprooted. So what's happening in the Omer, guys? What is the spatial power of the Omer? Okay, every day we count something. Every day we count a spatial degree of the light force. What are those degrees? And the Ari is revealing that those degrees are the actual degrees that the light force is being sent down each day a little more down into our 1% reality. Isn't that amazing? We got a glimpse of it on El Seder.
Absolutely.
Then we got another glimpse of it on the 7th of Pesach. But now we're drawing it every day, little by little, into our personal lives, into our personal existence. So in Shavuot, this process will be completed. It will be completed, and we will come to a point that we are fully immersed with the light force within us. And that's the meaning of Matan Torah. That's the meaning of Shavuot. That we are fully connected. Nothing can separate us.
that is awesome.
This is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Now you have that consciousness within you. That in the days of the Omer, you're drawing down each day, you're drawing up a degree of light that being infused with your body, being infused with your 1% reality. Because if that night light is not being infused, it's going to be uprooted again. And we're going to, that's, I'm lacking fulfillment. Yeah. Don't have enough money, don't have enough relations, don't have enough sustenance, don't have enough energy. We don't have enough when this light is not manifested in our bodies, in our existence. And here we have a process of 49 days, which we can infuse it, make sure it's part of us. We're counting the Omer is just making an opportunity to make it happen. So how do we make it happen, guys? One word.
The woman needs to do it too.
You just need to know it. Women don't need to count the Omer, they just need to know it happens. So how do you manifest that light in your life, guys? One word.
Love.
Restriction.
Yeah. Restriction. The days of the Omer seems to be tough days, okay? Because we have days with greatness and we have days with smallness. And those are degrees of the light that being revealed.
Connect.
Right? Gadlut and Katnut. It's our ability to connect with a certain degree of the light that being infused within us, our ability to connect with it is by doing restriction of whatever comes along. Without that restriction, we're not going to reveal that light. We're not going to infuse it. Simple as that. There are plenty of opportunities to restrict because light force is drawing down all day long. Now you see everything that goes outside this consciousness, right? People don't mind. Light force is infused within them. So people don't mind what they do with it. If they take it to the Sitrach, right? They take it to the Satan consciousness, to themselves, or they take it to reveal it. The people don't know that processes exist, right? But we are students of Kabbalah. We know about that process. We know that if you're not restricting, if you're selfishness in some kind of way, if you're thinking only of yourself, if you let those selfishness manifest, all this light is going to directly to the klipot. All this light is not going to be infused within your body and life. So it's an opportunity. In the ancient days, this time of the Omer called Nufata Omer, it's a leverage days. Those are days. Yes, Susanna, we'll explain more about the light in our blood. Okay, those days of the Omer considered to be days when you leverage your tikkun. You can finish everything in those 49 days. Everything. You can finish all your process. Your entire, not this lifetime, entire lifetimes.
Wow.
In those 49 days, you can complete it. You can become your ultimate self in those 49 days. That's the opportunity exists. It's mind-blowing.
Yosef, there's doing the Omer and there's the intensity and consciousness that you bring to the practice of doing the Omer. Because I find I often do it just, okay, let me make sure I do it, just get it done, right? So what consciousness do we need to bring to the practice of doing the Omer that can
Awareness.
have the result that you're talking about?
Awareness. It's like being on guard. Don't go off guard. You need to be on guard with your opponent on those days because opportunities are coming in bundles.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to make sure, we spoke about it in person, right? Opportunities are coming in bundles this time.
Absolutely.
We just because it's leverage. Light Force want to leverage us to our highest point that we can achieve. So it's pouring opportunities to us to restrict and overcome. Pouring. It's a rain of abundance coming at us. A rain. So Suzanne asked, what's the connection between the blood? Okay, the blood, Ari explains, Rabbi Isaac Lurie explains, that in the blood we hold the light force. The light force, the deepest part of it, called nefesh,
The nefesh.
it's part of our blood. And he holds it. He holds it. Okay? So if you're not aware of it, that our blood is holding the light force, has been coming down to us. The light force is coming down to us and being dwell in our blood. That's what the Ari is revealing. When it's dwelled right, nobody will abuse you. Nobody will tell you off. You will be manifesting, focusing. So we spoke before in the Zohar, right? We spoke about the place of tshuva. In Zohar, in verse 91, no, it wasn't in 91, it was in 92.
93.
92, it was 92.
Oh, 92.
It says here, whoever is unified his desire with the unification of right and left, and is complete in this world, in the world to come, and he found that all of his days he was dwelling in repentance. I want to hold on to that, okay? Because everything that I'm teaching to you in the past year and a half is about that consciousness. How do we dwell in tshuva? What does it mean? Yeah, tshuva seems to be a very big word. What does it really mean for us today, in our days? So guys, it's very simple. That's a simple concept. When you're looking to overcome your personal opponent and you're on guard all day long, you are contemplating on your tshuva. That's a formula. When you do that, what the Zohar explained, when you do that, when you're looking for your opponent, when you're searching where to restrict, when you do that, this is the place the wine and oil are at, which is the unification of right and left. And then nothing else can stick to that world, not to the wealth and the greed. And that's where King Solomon said, the lover of wine and oil will not be enriched. Enriched means that you're not going to look at the 1% world ever again. Same way. You can understand it. Everything that comes along your way, it doesn't mean you're not going to be abundant. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be very successful in your job and your business or your relations. It doesn't mean that. It means that your point of desire will be only to search for places to restrict, only to search for places where you want to change, only search for places where you want to enrich your soul. And when your point of view is that, when your point of view is internal and that, everything is going to happen to you. You're going to be in the best world that is. And the future is promised. Everything. Why do you call this business success a result? Okay. Or happy relations, it's a result of consciousness. It's a result of mindset. And we know that in the teachings of Kabbalah, if you're chasing the result, you're not going to reach it. You need to search for the cause, for the internal energy, for your personal growth process. What is the next opponent I'm going to overcome? What is the next opponent I need to face? Where is it? Where is it hiding? What is he telling me? What are the false things he's telling me to do or to act? When you are in that mindset, you are dwelling, you're unifying Chokhmah and Binah. You're unifying right and left. And it's promised that everything that you touch will be a success. But you don't mind that anymore because you're not in the world of results. You're in the world of the cause. You're touching your cause all the time. Where is my opponent? How can I overcome it? How can I share more of the goodness with others? How can I be the beacon of light I'm supposed to be? How am I elevating everyone around me? When you are there, acting like that, being like that, there's no sickness, there's no lack, there's nothing. And then you go from Chayil to Chayil. Then you are going from a high point to a higher point to a higher point. Because your mindset is not in the results anymore. Your
Give us,
mindset is internal. Go ahead.
give us those questions again, because where can I share more, right? Where can I restrict more? Where's the Satan? Obviously. Then you said, oh, the elevate. How do I elevate, right?
How do I elevate others? You remember, guys, I gave the teaching about money chasing us, right? You need to understand that when a person becomes a beacon of elevation to everything around them, when somebody does that, all the good forces want to join him. Supernal angels want to join him. All the sparks that want to elevate are being driven in his elevator. When one is searching, how can I elevate others? So, let's give an example, right? In my work, I'm working. Okay, I have my employees, right? Engineers, architects, they're doing my deliveries. So once in a while, they do a mistake. So when they does a mistake, I have two options. I can get mad, or I can teach them. Okay? I can elevate them to the place that I want them to be. So if I choose to go down on them, to tell them off, to make them feel uncomfortable and not easy with me as the boss, they're not going to be elevated, right? But when I tell them, oh no, you did a mistake, it's the wrong way to do it. You need to do it like this, like that. I expect you to go here. I expect you to do this. I'm building their consciousness. I'm building their ability to perform on a higher level. That's what we do here, right? So you come from this class to your world, and you need to find ways to elevate others, restrict your opponent, your judgment, your things that you want to, oh, he did that, he's bad. He's not bad. He needs to be elevated. He's selfish, so he's acting like a baby. He's not bad. He needs to be taught how to act differently. So I'm going to be the one who teach them. I'm going to be the one who set an example. I'm going to be the one that shows them how they can elevate to the next level. In our circles, family, kids, business, colleagues, co-workers, that's the circles that we do that. And when you become a conduit of elevation, so everything else is being elevated with you. Everything. That's the message I got on Pesach.
Amazing.
We need to do that elevation everywhere around us. We need to be the elevator.
That takes so much restriction, so much patience, so much love, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah.
I know you can do this, guys. You can do it. It's a mindset. You set your mind to it and you do it. That's what Robin Karen did to us, right?
Joseph.
That's what the teachers is doing to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I am thinking now that I had been in this let's say in this status to say that how I am being, and I see some of my friends in places, right, that they don't move. It's like a stuck, and as you say, that love and be aware and work at it. Uh, I think that the point also is to do more even though we don't see result, way continue with the strength more, stay and do more.
Okay, I get you. It's hard to do it. So one way to make sure you're on the path of being an elevator to others is to become a mentor in Kabbalah 1, Kabbalah 2, Kabbalah 3, depends on your experience. It's where you practice it.
Yes.
Of how you elevating people around you. You practice, it's like a training program for us to be elevators of everything around us.
But even though
So
we
go,
do A and C and D and we are here and there and we are pushing. I see people here that are pushing and I'm working and they it's not a doubt about it. They had been a little time working hard and myself I am doing it too and I see what I see is that we need to push more and we need to keep it. We need to keep pushing and doing and working and doing more.
restricting. We need to find new ways to restrict. That's the only focus that we need. When we do that and we're looking how to share it with others, we're becoming elevators. We're becoming the elevation point of the group that we are at. Everybody will come us for advice, for good word. Everybody will come to us so they can elevate with us. When we're shifting our focal point from thinking of ourselves to how we're elevating everything around us, it's a trick. It's a trick. Use it. Go to sleep. Before you go to sleep, ask the Creator, how can I be a beacon of elevation tomorrow? Show me the way. And the Creator will show you the way the next day. Will remind you, will show you. You're going to see somebody is not restricting because they don't know what's restriction. And you can find the right words to help them. You can identify your opponent and find words to yourself to overcome your opponent. That's going to be an amazing journey. You just change your focal point from being self-centered to how can I become a beacon of elevation to everything around me.
What I'm also
We need
learning
to finish,
is,
guys. I have one last question, please.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to say that what I'm learning in this process is, as I am trying to elevate others, I got to remind myself that I'm also have to at the same time elevate. So if I have to restrict, if I have to give more love, if I have to really dig deep in my soul as to, am I doing this just because, or am I doing this because I'm truly wanting to do that for that person? Or how, there's like a perfect balance in that situation. I'm not seeing things now just, this person showed up and I'm going to help them. No, there's more to it than that. It's a lot has to do with myself and also the elevation of that person and how I can restrict in my own soul and how I find my satan in the midst of all that. What am I like? We were talking about this because Virgos and are judging, right? So, and Lipschitz is always reminding me, stop judging, Misha. Stop judging. So, and I have to find those moments where, okay, am I judging, or can I turn this around in a situation that I can elevate myself to be a better person while I'm helping the other person as well? It's very interesting, at least for me,
Exactly. Okay, guys.
Joseph, can I ask a question? It may be too long for this call. I see you looking at the clock. But one thing theoretically that I don't quite understand, and maybe others don't as well, the idea that the light can be in or out of the blood, that light can leave the blood. Are there degrees of light actually in the blood that are like fluctuating all the time? Is that the idea?
You have a lakmus paper for that. That's the truth. The way to test how much light is being infused within you is to check with yourself, is to see, am I facing an abusement from someplace? Is somebody is offending me? That's the way for you to check.
If someone is offending you, that's good.
No, if somebody is offending you, that means that your blood is allowed.
But isn't it about your reaction more than the actual
No.
the
It is.
the event? I mean, you could also see it as an opportunity.
It is about it's like checking up yourself. Okay, it's how you face it.
The opportunity to restrict is in that.
Exactly, you have an opportunity to restrict to elevate yourself from that point. But really, for you to understand, who is trying to what's going on?
Sorry, I'm saying, is the fact that you're allowing that to happen, is that because there's not enough light in your blood?
Yes. Not allowing. When it happens to you, it means that you don't manifest what you're supposed to manifest. It means that you're lacking light. If somebody is offending you, it means that you're lacking light. If somebody is telling you off, it means that you're lacking manifestation that day. That's what it means.
Thanks.
That you didn't do what you're supposed to do that day.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that we should have.
Listen, Joseph.
Thank you. Love and light.